Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Comedy by Indie Drop-In. My name's Greg. I'm the host and curator of comedy. Every week, I find and feature an episode from an independent podcast creator. If you like the creator, check the show notes for links to subscribe and binge your brains out. If you appreciate what I do here, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/indie drop-in. And if you do buy me a coffee, I'll give you a shout out at the end of the show. Today's episode is from the Shayne and I show. Shayne, a sarcastic, heavy metal, coffee-loving old dude, and his best friend Max, a married 30-something dog and cat owner, discuss a grab bag of topics, and you'll never know what you're gonna get. Today's episode is called Sorry, Utah. This makes me already chuckle, so for me, I really am sorry, Utah. Enjoy the show.
Begin.
Just know that I'm going to fart at some point afterwards.
We're recording, and now I got to come up with the intro music because we hit record, so I wouldn't fuck it up this time. So here we go.
All right. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to a new episode, a new edition of Shayne and I. And hey, look at that. I got the record button on the first try.
Hell yeah. But you know what you didn't do on the first try?
What's that?
Introduce yourself.
My name is Shayne.
I'm Max.
And here is the new episode of Shayne and I for 2022.
Oh, yeah.
What you gotta do? Fuck, I should be a rapper.
Yeah. No, you came up with that rhyme just right on the spot.
On the spot, dude. I got bars.
You should do like freestyle rap battles and shit.
I'll get some old school, like instead of being like all new school though, like having a grill. I don't understand grills, but
do they still do that?
Yeah, they still do that.
Like
dude.
they were doing
no,
that
I
like
think
15
it's a thing.
years ago.
I think it died. No, the Island Boys. They just spent like $1,800 on grills.
Who the fuck are the Island Boys?
I'm an Island Boy. You didn't see because you don't do social media. You don't know who the fuck they are.
No.
God bless you.
If they're spending $1,800 on a grill, like they're not big deal rappers because big deal rappers spend $18,000 on a grill.
True.
Yeah.
Also, they got to customize.
Well, you gotta,
I guess, huh?
Yeah. Otherwise, it's not going to fit your fucking teeth.
No, I mean like the little like the diamonds inside their grill are like all customized. And I did some research. I don't know why I went on a YouTube deep dive and I fucking did some research on like the value of custom jewelry. Like after you say like if you like swag and you like go to the jewelry store and be like I want me a fucking custom fucking bracelet or fucking rings or whatever you want.
Yeah.
As soon as you step out the store like a car, the value of that shit goes down because you're the only one that wants that.
Yeah. No, it wasn't designed for like people to love.
Anybody else looking at it would be like, well, I'll pay $2 for it.
Well, they probably pay more because the materials in it, if it's jewelry, are worth more. But yeah.
Speaking of $2, leads me into my next thing. I'm about to fucking roll.
All right.
Leads me into my next thing. Shayne and I is now on Buy Me a Coffee. If you don't want to do Patreon, you're like, I don't want to fucking spend $3 or whatever on a subscription. You could give us a one-time donation that goes directly to the show and buy us coffee.
Yeah.
Just a $2 payment.
Yeah.
Fucking write a little message to us. We'll read it on the air.
Yeah. If they wanted.
If they want to. They don't have to.
Yeah, but also, if they want to, could they pay more than $2?
They can. They could pay up to $5.
Up to $5?
And we could get a fancy coffee.
Nice. They can't pay more than $5?
Well, that's the tier I made it.
Okay.
I could go. I figured $2 was like, $2. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. But if somebody was like, I want to give Shayne and Max $500, and they went on Buy Me a Coffee. They went to type in $500, it would cap out at $5.
I think they could do that. I don't know. Okay. I don't know anybody out there that'd be like, oh, I want to give Shayne and Max $500 because their podcast.
I mean, neither do I. If I did, I would be talking to them, not you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Send that shit to my bank account, yo.
Yeah. But anyway, whoever you are, if you're listening and you want to give us $500, I'll tell you what, because we don't know if you can do it on Buy Me a Coffee, but try it and let us know.
You could also, just send us a little email at shaneandI@gmail.com. Say, hey, I want to give you guys $500 because you're swell.
Yeah.
And I love your show, and you could buy some more fancy equipment with the $500.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I'll send you my Venmo info so that these buy me a coffee guys don't take a cut of the $500.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we could buy some. We'll even show you pictures of us buying fancy podcast equipment.
Yeah. I mean, it'll just be Shayne like hunched over a computer, clicking buy, but
on Amazon or something.
Yeah.
No, we'll actually we'll do a full thing, man. We'll go to Best Buy. We'll fucking record it and like.
Oh, we can even do a video like the old days.
Like the old days.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's the thing. Buy me a coffee / Shayne and I show. You want to throw us a couple bucks? Feel free. You want to sign up for a Patreon? You can do that through our website, www.shaneandi.show. God damn. I was on a roll.
All right. Yeah.
And I just fucked up.
All right. Scratch that. Go back to the URL. Tell them what it is. Guys, what it was before. It's not that.
www.shaneandishow.com. You could go to our Patreon for $3 a month. You can sign up. And we get you early episodes, and we even give you a little producer credit on this here show. And if you want us to give you a shout out or tell your loved one you love them or wish them a happy birthday or some shit like that, we could do all that.
Yeah, all that.
We could give you advice, whatever you want.
Yeah.
So
we'll totally give you advice. We used to have an advice show.
We did. People find it hard to believe, like
before the goddamn Australian pillow company ruined it.
People seem to find it hard to believe. Like I've been talking to a lot of other podcasts. I got a couple funny stories that I think are funny. I think you're gonna like them. So first one is,
I'll be the one to tell you if I like them or not. But
people find it hard to believe that you're not on Twitter or Facebook.
Why would I be on Twitter or Facebook?
Exactly. So it makes you a mythical creature.
All right. Yeah.
So you're kind of cool in that way.
All right.
You're kind of like this cool mythical creature that nobody sees. They just know your voice.
I'm this mysterious thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Also, they started because I was posting little clips from YouTube when we were doing YouTube because we have like 128 videos up there.
Mm-hmm.
But I figured out how to get the audio, and then I could just post it as a little podcast thing while we're on a break or whatever, like we were, right?
Yeah.
And people were like, why don't you guys do videos anymore? And I'm like, well, because Max got off Adderall and videos weren't fun anymore, and YouTube sucks.
Yeah. And our video editor moved to Arizona.
But we were probably getting away from YouTube with the start of the podcast. And they were like, well, why'd you switch from loving stuff to what you're doing now? And I was like, God damn, is this an interview?
Yeah. Well, the fucking Australians. Man.
Yeah. The Australians, number one. Number two, I didn't really like giving advice because I'm not like a guy that should be given advice on love.
Yeah.
Or dating.
And I personally am a man of, limited if eccentric life experience.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff I just shouldn't be giving advice on.
I mean, I could tell you if you just want to hook up with the lady, I could tell you how to do that. But I mean, like dating or whatever, I go on maybe 1 or 2 dates. I've never gone on anything more. So, but if you want to know how to get in the pants, I could do that.
Yeah.
So, but we went away from that just because that wasn't fun either. Once we got to what we're doing now, just this podcast audio only form, this has been way better than I could expect, at least.
Yeah, this is more fun.
Yeah, it's way more fun.
Yeah. Because
you don't see us. We don't got to rely on views. We don't got to come up with the topic.
Yeah, though right now I'm looking, I still got the green screen.
Yeah. We should do a little video clips, like little 5-minute video clips, I think. Because, dude, we still got like 2K followers on YouTube, and I haven't posted on there in like a year.
All right. I mean, all we did was little 5-minute video clips.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
If we wanted.
But, so yeah, there's the answers to those questions.
Yeah. One problem with that.
What's that?
The couch is gone.
That's true. You got to have a fucking... Well, we could just move the table over to the green screen and just do it with us sitting here with podcasting and then put some fancy shit like us floating through space around the chairs or whatever.
I don't want to do the floating through space. I want to be something else.
Maybe a volcano inside a volcano, like in Star Trek.
Yes.
Like it's
perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, like in Star Trek, like Star Trek Into Darkness.
They were inside a volcano
at the beginning of the movie, dude.
I don't remember that.
Come on, you call yourself a Star Trek
Oh,
fan.
wait, the ship was hiding
Yeah.
in a volcano.
No, they were hiding in the sea, and Spock was in the volcano because he was trying to save the planet because he had to freeze the volcano from the planet fucking blowing up.
Okay. I don't...
Captain Kirk made the ship visible to save Spock, and then he got in trouble for
What
it.
was the one where they had to run away from the natives?
That was it.
That was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Just drinking some coffee. Oh, yeah. This video, the video. Look at me. I went to video because we were talking about videos.
Yeah, but this
isn't a video.
No.
This podcast is sponsored by Mind Grinder Coffee. www.mindgrindercoffee.com. Go and get you some. You won't regret it. I would appreciate it because it's my little coffee company.
And I think that it's really darn good coffee.
And I do too. I mean, I don't think I would be pushing coffee if I didn't think I liked it. And everybody that's tried it has liked it. So it's only $15. You get a pound of coffee and I could ship it anywhere in the United States. So do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so remember when the PPP loans were going around? Like, payroll protection loans.
Yeah.
So a bunch of people did it, and now a bunch of people are getting in trouble because they were frauding on the loans, right? Yeah. They basically didn't have employees or anything like that. So another deep dive I went into, besides the jewelry thing, was people getting in trouble for PPP loans. I had a little bit of time on my hands. People getting in trouble for PPP loans, and my favorite is this guy who was on this reality show, and I can't remember the name of the show off the top of my head. It was one of those Basketball Wives or some shit like that.
Okay.
He was on that show, and he said he had a trucking company, and he said he had 35 employees or whatever. And in his loan, he asked for $3.5 million. Right. Well, he got the loan because he made these proof of documents. Apparently, they weren't like they were fraud, but nobody caught it at the time.
Right.
Right. But they couldn't give him the full 3.5 million because at the time the PPP loan was only like 1.5. You could only get like 1 or 2.5, but you couldn't get 3.5.
Okay.
So they took $1.5 million back, and this guy went out and bought a fucking Bentley. He sent child support payments to some girl he said was his baby mama that never heard of him. He paid off his sister saying she was an employee, but she wasn't.
All right.
He went. Here we go with the jewelry again. He went and spent $85,000 on custom jewelry.
That is insane.
Yeah. And then he bought a new house. He did nothing for his trucking company because the trucking company was real, but he didn't do anything. He didn't use any of the money for the trucking company at all.
Motherfucker.
Then he went out and had a Ponzi scheme for a casino hustle.
All right.
And hustled a bunch of people out of like another $6.5 million with this Ponzi scheme in the casino. He finally gets caught and he finally goes to court. And this is what's so great about this. The girl that he sent the money to that he said was his baby mama to pay off child support. She's like, I don't know who this is. Like, I know who he is, but he's not the kid's dad.
Right.
So she narked him out. They go back to the bank where he said he got his money from the trucking company. Well, it turns out that bank was closed down and it was actually a fake bank. Then he left a very visible paper trail, like a very visible trail, right?
Yeah.
The house, the Bentley, the jewelry. Yeah. Then the casino scheme. They got all of that. And then he said, he goes on stand and he says, well, I had to get the Bentley to look good in front of my customers when I pull up to the house when they want something towed.
Okay.
I had to get the jewelry to make myself look more respectable. Bro, you spent $85,000 on jewelry.
Yeah. There's no man in the world who wants to be seen as respectable in the businessman as a businessman, and so he gets $85,000 of bling to adorn himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fur. Oh, he spent another $22,000 on fur coats.
Jesus Christ. What? Yeah. I'm gonna cover myself in bling and chinchilla so that and drive around in a Bentley so that everybody knows I'm a respectable trucker. Yeah. All right. Cool. Great.
So that was his excuse when he went on the stand, right? Was that it was all for the business. But then they find out that he had no employees for the truck. And he said at the time when he filled out the PPP loan, he had over a dozen trucks.
Yeah.
He had one.
Yeah. Also, those PPP loans, they weren't for the business. They were just so you could keep paying your employees.
Well, that's why he filled it. He had a list of 31 employees, and none of the people that were on the list worked for him.
Yeah.
It was all like his grandmama, his mama,
Yeah.
his baby mama, supposedly, his sister.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other people, like buddies of his. And the reason they found out about the casino scam was because one of his buddies from the casino was on the list as an employee who also worked at the casino.
All right.
He winds up getting 12 years in prison for this whole thing.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I don't think I did anything wrong.
What a fucking douche. I don't think I did anything. I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I just needed it for my employees and my one truck. So yeah, those were my two deep dives over the 2 weeks we were off. Was remarket value of bling and fucking people getting in trouble for PPP loans.
Yeah. I want to state for everybody out there listening, if you commit fraud, that being telling a lie, so that you can get millions of dollars that doesn't belong to you,
You're gonna get caught.
you're gonna get caught, and it's something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think everybody just seems they want the easy way out. So how was your holiday? You almost had the vid, didn't you? The COVID.
Yeah, there was a bit of a COVID scare.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got familiar with
DoorDash?
DoorDash. Yep. I just chilled.
Did you have a favorite driver?
No. I just had people I was drop it off at the door. And then DoorDash would let me know after it got dropped off at the door. So I never had to. I never had to actually interact with a human being.
That's
face
cool.
to face.
That's
which,
cool.
For an introvert like myself is.
Yeah.
It's nice to spend a week like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you isolated and didn't you wind up getting a negative test?
Yeah, I got a test. It came back negative, and I was like, "Oh shit! Well, now I got to go back into the world."
Damn it!
Yeah.
People are trying to hustle around that too.
How so?
Like, not take a test and just keep showing up to work and spreading it to other fucking people.
Oh no, I know that. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just not adhering to. I'm really happy that you adhered to guidelines. Like you isolated, even though you didn't have any symptoms. That's the right thing to do.
Yeah, and I'll say this. I some people if they don't show up to work, they can't pay their rent.
Right.
So I get it when you have that kind of problem.
Right.
I can sympathize with that. I personally.
You got a sugar mama.
I got a sugar mama. I don't have a work to show up to. So if
you got to change that to rather than calling Kira your sugar mama, but that's kind of what she is. But
you know what I usually
somebody asked me what our relationship was. I'm going to get back to that.
Yeah.
But somebody asked me what our relationship was, and I'm like, me and Max is my heterosexual life mate.
Kira calls you my second wife.
Yeah.
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 Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. And I call Kira my wife.
Yeah.
Instead of my sugar mama.
Well, you should. Because that's what she is.
Yeah.
She's your wife.
Yeah.
I mean, if she was your sugar mama, I think she'd be separate from your marriage. You know what I mean? You'd have your marriage and then you'd have your sugar mama on the side.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how ballers do it, I guess.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna say this. I'm probably not hot enough to have a sugar mama.
Yeah,
I'm not some sweet piece of meat. As much as I like to think of myself as that.
You just basically lucked out.
I just lucked out. I just two people fell in love, and one of them has a good income.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So there's that. So yeah, man, we did that last episode. I was going somewhere with that sugar mama thing, but I forgot where. Oh, you didn't have a work to go back to. I was going to tell you should just let people know that you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I feel I've done that. I've done that. People ask, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm an entrepreneur," and immediately I feel like a douchebag.
Well, yeah, it's kind of a douchey thing to say.
Yeah, I'm
Like, what do you do? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a self-financed entrepreneur. That means I'm better than you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to listen to a boss.
Yeah, I personally think anybody who you ask them what they do and they say I'm an entrepreneur, I think what that really means is they're a con man.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's like code for con man.
Yeah.
I'm Will Coleman, founder and CEO of Alto, and I built Alto to put an end to rideshare horror stories. You're used to the total lack of consistency in rideshare. Maybe it's a smelly car or a driver that asks just one too many personal questions. Not anymore. With Alto, you know exactly what to expect every ride. Every Alto driver is a trained Alto employee, and every Alto vehicle is part of our private fleet of luxury SUVs. Say goodbye to rideshare horror stories. Download the Alto app today and use code FOUNDER for $10 off your first ride.
You know what I love about game day? Great food, snacks, and hanging out with my family and friends. Got a big game day celebration coming up? Stop by Publix from January 29th through February 11th to do all your shopping. And you can pick up an extra savings flyer from the Publix Information Center at store entrances or at customer service. You'll get savings on all your favorite brands. So no matter the outcome of the game, you'll be winning with the perfect game day goodies. Stop by your local Publix today and don't forget to grab an extra savings flyer to make game day great.
BetMGM welcomes you with a special offer on the NBA. Simply place a $10 moneyline wager on today's game. If either team hits a three-pointer, you'll win $200 in free bets, regardless of your wager's outcome. Just use bonus code CHAMPION200 when you make your bet. BetMGM is proud to be an authorized gaming partner of the NBA, and there's endless ways to make it rain with the king of sportsbooks. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code CHAMPION200 to win $200 in free bets if a three-pointer is made in today's game. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 years of age or older to wager. Washington, D.C. and Virginia only. New customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable free bets or site credit. Free bets expire 7 days from issuance. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Yeah, so there was that. And then during the break, so we did that episode, right? This is not a Christmas episode, and a couple of things happened from that episode. One is I started figuring out that I got to stop really trying to focus in on topics. Like, our show is really good when we just fucking talk like we are now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, and we don't fucking really worry about topics. And for some reason, for 2 episodes there, I got worried about topics. Like, I had to have something to talk about.
Well, it's an old habit from when we were doing 5-minute internet videos.
Yeah, exactly. But from that, I got started getting DM'd by these fucking alpha males.
Oh.
And I forgot I should tell this story in a different way. So I start, like, a week goes by and I get this DM from this dude, and I'm not going to even say his name because he's just an idiot. But I get this DM from this guy. It's like, I listened to your podcast, and I need to understand why you're such a cuck for calling out alpha males. And and so I wrote him back, right? Because this is just too fun for a guy like me. And I was like, number one, I don't understand what a cuck is. So back that shit up.
Yeah.
Number 2, you're stupid.
Oh, ooh, Shayne. Wow. That's a real zinger.
Come on, man.
All right. Keep going.
Number 2, you're stupid because you're following some guy. And then he told me this guy he follows, and I forgot who it was. But I was like, number 2 is you follow this guy's every word. That's just some backward ass shit that he's telling you. And you can't be your own man. Mm-hmm. You probably live in your mom's basement. Mm-hmm. Or you probably still live with your parents. One of the two. Mm-hmm. And number 4, just leave me alone.
Excuse me, I hiccuped into the
mic. I
mic.
know you did. It's going to come out and people are going to be like, yo, your editing sucks. And I was like, and you know what? We don't fucking edit, so.
Yeah, at all.
At all.
So that shows how much you know. Yeah.
There's that to you. Mm-hmm. So that's the first guy, right? Calls me a cuck. And then I'm like, so why do you get offended if I'm just stating a fact? If I'm just stating a personal fact for me, it's like, I don't believe in alpha males. I don't believe in any of that shit. And I think you're stupid for paying a guy a bunch of money to learn how to be an alpha male.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make me an alpha male?
I don't fucking know. Sure.
Should I be selling a course?
I think maybe an alpha male is somebody who doesn't try to be an alpha male.
Right. So that does make me an alpha male, like in fucking Teen Wolf.
Yeah, just like in Teen Wolf.
Like I am the alpha wolf.
You are the alpha wolf. and you can dunk a basketball from halfway down the court.
Teen Wolf the movie, dude. The Teen Wolf the TV show.
There was a TV show?
Yeah, dude, it was good.
Okay.
On MTV. It was on for a couple of years.
I don't remember.
It's on Hulu.
That.
You should try to it's on I think it's on Hulu or Paramount. One of the two, but it's a fucking good show.
Okay.
But yeah, dude. So that guy hits me up, and then I get this other guy that hits me up, and he's like, well, he was a little more open-minded. I got to give him that. He was a little more like, he didn't come at me, call me a cuck or anything like that, but he was like, sir, he called me sir, which led me to believe that he was super young.
Yeah. But it also might have been one of those
guys from India.
Well, no, not guys from it. It might have been like, you, sir, are a scoundrel, sir.
No, it was, dear sir.
Okay.
I appreciated your podcast up until the part where you started making fun of alpha males. And I was like, you know what? That's where it dawned on me that I fucking spent 10 minutes talking about alpha males. That's where all this shit is coming from.
Yeah, I completely forgot
about it.
Yeah.
So and I was like, oh, that's where all this shit is coming from. I totally forgot about that. And he's like, I didn't appreciate what you said about alpha males, and I wanted you to check out this this 020 something. It was like 021, 022, 020 something website, right? Dedicated to making men great again.
Oh, great. All right, sweet. Yeah, do go on.
Yeah. So I checked out their website, and oh my God, I died laughing. I checked out their website, and one of the videos, the guys is what, and I'm not going to name these guys' names because I don't want to give them any fucking credit or anything like that. But this guy's talking, and he's like, so we have a saying here on making men great again. And this guy does not look like he would be an alpha male. You know what I mean? He's like in this fucking baseball hat, like a pea coat and a fucking dude, just like he looked like a computer programmer. That's what he looked like.
Hey, there can be alpha computer programmers. Like, I'll think of one. Keep going.
And he's talking right at this convention, this alpha male convention that this O2 whatever thing puts on, right? And he's like, we have a saying here where women should be barefoot and pregnant and in the kitchen and having kids by the time they're 25. Why do you say 25? Well, because if you're a male that's 31, 32 years old and you settle down with a wife that's 25, she and get her pregnant right away. Come on, I'm trying not to laugh.
Yeah.
And get her pregnant right away and start having a bunch of kids. She's not going to have any ambition to go outside of the home to try to find a job or to try to find friends.
Yeah,
and you will be her sole universe, so she'll take care of the home.
Wow,
bro.
OMG.
I was laughing so hard that I had tears coming out of my eyes.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, is this a serious thing?
Yeah.
Like, bro, let me go up there and talk, and I'll tell guys that, you shouldn't. I know a lot of strong women that have gone through some shit, and you should really appreciate who they are and their value as strong women. Like, dude, you ever met a really strong woman? Like, a really strong, independent woman?
Yeah.
Dude, it is the biggest, for a guy like me, it is like the biggest turn on.
Yeah, I married one of these people.
Yeah, I know you did.
Yeah.
But like, dude, like, and I get it, and like, dude, like, I have the most respect for a woman that say, I'm going to throw out an example, right? And say a girl has a couple kids and she's going back through school, she's putting herself back through school.
Fuck yeah.
All legit, you know what I mean? Working her ass off. To me, that's a strong woman.
Hell yeah, that's badass.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Right? Don't give me this 25 years old should be fucking barefoot and pregnant by the time they're 25.
Yeah.
Come on, man. you're lucky to be in a relationship with a strong woman.
Absolutely.
You don't got to, there's a bunch of shit you don't got to worry about if you're in a relationship with a strong woman.
Yeah.
A woman that could hold her own, that's fucking independent. You don't got to fucking worry about a bunch of jealousy bullshit. You don't got to fucking worry about, when you spend time together, you spend time together. And when you're apart, you're apart. You don't got to worry about separation anxiety or any of that other shit.
Yeah.
It's a fucking goddamn. If you're in a relationship with a woman like that, fucking cherish it.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Also, man, do you really want, you get home at night and what do you come home to? Yeah, sure, a hot meal, but also a couple of screaming kids.
Right.
And a lady who has not interacted with another adult all day.
Right.
And
she just vomits on you when you walk through the door.
Yeah. All the only people she's interacted with all day is these two screaming kids.
Maybe the fucking repairman who she's probably banging on the side.
Yeah, because what the fuck else is she gonna do?
Right.
Yeah. And then
maybe she has an OnlyFans while you're at work too.
Yeah. Hey, and that, good for you.
Yeah.
If your wife's got an OnlyFans. But anyway, you're probably not into that if you're one of these alpha male guys.
No, you're not.
Yeah. But anyway, so you get home and you just want to chill. You want to eat, maybe watch a little TV and
maybe just have some quiet time.
Maybe just have some quiet time.
But you can't.
You can't. Because you have come home to the screaming children.
Said have as many, and the guy says in the video, have as many kids as possible by the time she's 30. So could you imagine if, 25, that's, you're having a kid every couple of years. So by the time she's 30.
You could potentially have a kid every, say, 10 and a half months.
Yeah.
Potentially.
That's like 4 or 5 kids.
Yeah.
That are all small.
That's like 6 kids.
Yeah. That are all small. That you're letting her deal with all day while you just go to work.
Yeah.
And pay the fucking mortgage.
Yeah. And then you're gonna have this person in your life who basically is a fucking nut job wreck because her whole life is just you and these fucking kids.
God damn. And people pay for this shit, dude.
Ugh.
People pay to go to these things. Like, they took a look out of the audience, and I don't know, it looked like there was a decent, maybe 20 dudes there. That's still 20 dudes. I think that's something they're interested in. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Then it gets better. So the other day, one of my favorite podcasts to listen to is Congratulations with Chris D'Elia.
All right.
He's a stand-up comic. I swear you should go check that podcast out.
All right.
He was talking about alpha males too, and I was like, "Oh, what a coincidence!" And I was dying through his whole episode. Yeah. He brings up there's this thing called Alphacon, right? And I'm like, "Come on, nah, it ain't real. There isn't an Alphacon like a Comic-Con, right?"
Yeah, there's a con for everything.
There's a con for everything.
Yeah.
So I paused the episode, right? Because I don't want to know anything further than what he's going to talk about because I want to save it for our podcast and I don't want to rip him off.
Right.
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 So I stopped the episode and I fucking go and I log on. I go and find out. I go and look up Alphacon.
Alphacon.
Dun, dun, dun. Alphacon. Dun, dun. So you're hit with this video right away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. Alphacon 2022.
All right. So far, so good.
Learn how to be a better businessman, a better father, a better husband. Are you a loser? No, it didn't say are you a loser, but
but it implied that.
Yeah. Are you struggling with being a dad? Come to Alphacon 2022 in Utah.
In Utah.
Which I don't know if a thing like Alphacon would go well over in a place like Utah, but that's besides the point.
Oh, no, it totally would.
I don't know if the Mormons are into that, dude.
Okay, first off, Utah's only 70% Mormon. Secondly, Mormons, contrary to popular opinion, are pretty much just like everybody else, but nicer.
Well, yeah, I know that.
They're like Canadians.
Did I ever tell you about the time I lived in Utah for like 2 weeks on the streets?
They're like Canadians with guns.
Dude.
Yes.
Dude, they're the nicest fucking people in the world.
I know, right?
Right? I was able to hustle. I had a hustle in Utah when I lived on the streets for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm saying 2 weeks because I'm not like a street kid, right? I could only survive in Utah in the cold for 2 weeks.
It gets fucking cold there.
It gets fucking cold. Yeah. So we had this hustle, right? Where me and a couple of my buddies, we had this hustle where they had this big mall in like Ogden, Utah or something like that. Mm-hmm. And we would hustle. One guy would work the first floor, one guy would work the second floor, and one guy would work the third floor. We were college kids coming home for Christmas and our car broke down.
All right.
And we needed some money to get back home.
Yep.
Reality is we weren't using the money for any of that shit. We were going to go get liquored up and fucking do our deal.
Yeah, you were going to cross the border to Wyoming,
right.
Go to the liquor store.
Right.
Yeah.
But see, I didn't know about the fucking alcohol thing in Utah. So that's where my acid experiments came in.
Oh,
that's where I did a lot of acid in 2 weeks. I did a lot of acid.
You know, I once wrote a short story about that. But that's
about me doing acid in Utah?
No, about how like Utah went crazy because the prophet was like, all right, so alcohol is no good, but you guys can do acid.
Right. Dude, it was so easy to get. Don't do acid, kids. But you could literally walk down to a corner, and you'd be like, hey, you got any acid? And the guy's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
How many you want? And it was good shit.
Hey, great.
Anyway, so yeah, that was our and they were like the nicest people. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Your car is broke down. Do you want me to call a mechanic? No. That's cool. We got it into the shop. We just need money to get it out of the shop.
Yeah.
Right. That was the hustle. Dude, they were like throwing out 20s.
Nice.
Right. One guy, the guy that did the upstairs, he hit the jackpot. He made like $150 in like an hour.
Nice.
It was crazy. Like, and then we went and got a hotel room, did a bunch of stuff we weren't supposed to be doing.
Of course.
Whoa.
That was some crazy noises there.
That was the mic falling down. But anyway, I did some crazy did all of our craziness. And so Utah is full of nice people.
Yes.
That's the moral of the story.
Yes.
Back to alpha males and this Alphacon.
I forgot that's where we started this. Okay. Yeah, continue.
It's going to be in Utah. That's why I went on this whole Utah rant.
Yeah. Where in Utah?
Park City, I think. No. Downtown Salt Lake.
Downtown Salt Lake. All right.
Salt Lake City, Utah.
It's a surprisingly nice city.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think so, but it's a really nice city.
Yeah.
Park City, also really great.
Expensive.
Listen, I'm a fan of Utah. Beautiful state.
I do too. I've never been back there since I spent that 2 weeks there. I was like, I'm never coming back. I got in trouble, wound up in jail, got in front of the judge, and the judge was like, so this is what you're in trouble for? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, we could either sentence you or you could never come back to the state of Utah. And I was like, you know what? I'll never come back to the state of Utah. So on a plane back to California a day later.
You know, I had a similar experience, but with the state of California. But now I live in California again.
Right.
Yeah.
But see, I've just never had the chance to go back. I'm sure I could go back and it'd be okay, but I've just never had the opportunity to go back. It's never been on my to-do list. How about that?
Yeah.
Until Alphacon.
Alphacon.
Yeah, buddy. You know how much tickets are to Alphacon?
How much?
$3,000.
God damn.
$3,000. You get 2 days worth of stuff, dude. You get to sit in on a live podcast. You get 5 different speakers of guys I've never heard of that are alpha males.
Yeah.
You get a 5-course lunch, a 5-course dinner, and a 4-course breakfast.
Okay.
But it's $3,000 for 2 days.
Okay. That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
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 I'm not going.
No, me neither.
But they have a con for alpha dudes.
A con for alpha. Yeah.
The whole thing sounds like a con to me in another kind of way, but
oh, absolutely. You know, I like the are you a fucking loser? No problem. Just give us that $3,000 you got lying around and we'll teach you how to not be a loser.
Alphacon. With their speaker, give me an alpha name. John Smith.
No, you can't say John Smith.
Okay.
Blake.
Oh yeah, Blake's an alpha man.
Yeah. With our speaker, Blake Hartley.
Yeah, that's an alpha name right there.
Blake Hartley.
Author of Take the Red Pill, Not the Blue Pill.
Yeah. And Blaine
Blaine.
Yeah. And Blaine,
Blaine.
the Cock Johnson.
We call him the cock because he has a 12-inch cock.
You know, metaphorically speaking.
Metaphorically speaking. We're not going to really say that, but
We don't actually show each other our cocks because we're all intensely homophobic.
we might do it in the urinal, but that's when nobody's around.
Yup.
So yeah, man, that was my adventures through alpha stuff. And it just blows my mind that dudes are willing to be like, oh yeah, that sounds like a deal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I really think that, you know, I need to like become more of an alpha male. It's like, dude, come on.
You know what we should jump on this bandwagon and get back into the 7.5 steps.
You know, that's the last thing I posted. And
I do know.
And people were like, that's great. Where are the other steps?
I think we really, in that 7.5 steps, only gave like maybe half a step.
We gave half a step, and that was give up.
Step. Yeah.
See, if you just give up, you wouldn't have to worry about being an alpha male or a cuck or any of this other bull crap.
Yeah, you'll just realize none of that shit matters.
None of that matters. We're on to something with that.
Yeah. Don't strive to get what you want. Strive to want what you have.
Yeah.
Now that's
fucking, we could fucking,
that's some mind shit,
dude.
Right
We could make a tagline with that shit, put it on T-shirts, and fucking sell that, and have our own goddamn con.
Yeah,
Shayne and Max con.
Shayne and Max con 2022. For only $3,000, you can come to Salt Lake City.
No, we need a different city, I think.
Okay, for only. But it has to be a place where they've had the Olympics.
Right.
For only
Lake Placid, New York.
Yeah, for only $3,000, you could go to Lake Placid, New York. You get a 5-course lunch, a 5-course dinner,
hang out with Shayne and Max.
Breakfast. Hang out with Shayne and Max. Hear a lecture from their buddy Ron. Take a bus ride to sightseeing places like Niagara Falls,
and where they had the 1984 Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
And beautiful Lake Placid, New York.
Watch out for the alligator.
And a special appearance by the band. I need a cheesy 80s metal band. Cheesy 80s glam band. Winger.
There you go. Winger. I don't know 80s glam bands that great.
Yeah. Winger will have a performance on Saturday night with your MC, Max, who doesn't know anything about Winger.
Or mastering ceremonies.
Also, Max will have a sit down with the guy he hates most in this world, the lead singer of Incubus.
Yeah. And then because this is a trailer,
right?
Then it's just me,
right,
asking the lead singer of Incubus, so what's it feel like to be a beta cuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Should I pardon you while you cry into your pussy?
Why can't you put a shirt on, man?
Yep. You know, as much as I hate Incubus, I was listening to the radio.
You told me
I told you about this.
The song came on.
Yeah, and I really like Incubus now.
So yeah, man, I think that's going to do it for this recap of what's been going on the 2 weeks that we've been gone.
Yeah, no, that's about it.
Yeah. So if you've listened all the way through, good for you. Go on to Good Pods. Leave us a little comment on what you thought about the show on Good Pods. Rate us on Spotify. You could now rate podcasts on Spotify now.
Sweet.
Yeah. You can't leave written reviews yet, but you could give us a 5-star on Spotify, maybe a 4-star, maybe a 2-star. Maybe if you really hate us and you're an alpha male, maybe you want to give us a 1-star review.
Yeah. Or send us a dick pic. I don't know. I'm trying to do a callback to a previous episode, but that got weird. I don't like it. Pretend I didn't say that.
Right.
All right.
So, yeah, man, I think that's going to do it. Until next time, America.
Yeah, don't shit yourself.
All right.
The way I just did with that dick pic comment. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thanks again for listening to Comedy by Indie Drop-In. If you would like your show featured, reach out to us at Indie Drop-In on all social media or go to indiedropin.com. See you next time.
I'm Will Coleman, founder and CEO of Alto, and I built Alto to put an end to rideshare horror stories. You're used to the total lack of consistency in rideshare. Maybe it's a smelly car or a driver that asks just one too many personal questions. Not anymore. With Alto, you know exactly what to expect every ride. Every Alto driver is a trained Alto employee, and every Alto vehicle is part of our private fleet of luxury SUVs. Say goodbye to rideshare horror stories. Download the Alto app today and use code FOUNDER for $10 off your first ride.
You know what I love about game day? Great food, snacks, and hanging out with my family and friends. Got a big game day celebration coming up? Stop by Publix from January 29th through February 11th to do all your shopping. And you can pick up an extra savings flyer from the Publix Information Center at store entrances or at customer service. You'll get savings on all your favorite brands. So no matter the outcome of the game, you'll be winning with the perfect game day goodies. Stop by your local Publix today and don't forget to grab an extra savings flyer to make game day great.